Yep.
All right, we should be good to go. All right, Mark. Okay, I think you got my email from this morning.
I did. I
Probably
didn't
didn't
get a chance yet, so I want to look at it.
All right. So this is what I thought we'd do today. Let me spend just 5 minutes showing you a little bit about us. Okay, so you have a little bit of a better idea of the system. Let's finish it off by going in and looking at one of our customers. Okay, and let's go look at their results here, and so you kind of get an idea for how they're interacting with the system as it's running. Okay, and then let's finish off with looking at your at the results that I got for you. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, let's go make that happen. And I'm going to try to get this all done in 15 minutes or so. Does that sound good to you too? I don't know how you're doing on time.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Okay. So let's just jump into it. Yesterday, I sent you basically a few links that takes you to our product, a website. Okay. The Done4You Lead Factory is actually a product that we have built on top of this marketing automation platform that you see right here at leadoutcome.com. Okay. And this is a product we've been around since 2012. We've got about $5 million invested in this product, and we've developed some very interesting ways to find leads and get them in front of you, high quality leads, and so you're getting the benefit of all that in this Done4You solution we call the Done4You Lead Factory. Okay, makes sense so far, right?
Yep.
Okay, so here on this web page that you're looking at right here at this website. Yeah, let me just make this a little bit bigger. It's not growing. There we go. There's a 47-second concise video that explains just how this system works. If you read down through here, you'll learn a little bit about the benefits of the system and some things you can think about when you're evaluating it. When you go to the How It Works page, there's a 5-minute video where Stephanie will just take you on a flyover, kind of give you a little bit of insight into that. And if you wanted to really get a better understanding for the system, just click on the Yes, I Want to See It in Action button, and that will take you to a recorded webinar that I did a little while ago that walks you through it. And we've included these little hyperlinks in here to, so you can skip over the 5-minute intros. I'm talking to other people, and you can get straight to the information that you're looking for, right? So help me understand, will it work for me? Help me look under the hood, see me working with it, and that sort of thing. Okay. All right. That's that. We've got some articles that this is kind of nice. Okay. This one especially right here, this Ultimate Sales Productivity Tools. You'll like that. There's some really nice free tools that we include with this that I use them every day. They're very effective at, especially, should you start using the system, when we're starting to get you appointments, being able to efficiently work through those opportunities. I've got 5 tools here that are really awesome. They're all free. And even if you don't get our system, go look at this. You'll like it. We've got an FAQ section, helps you answers common questions that people have asked in the past. And on reviews, the one thing I would do is I would look at Denise's review of our system. She is a commercial real estate loan broker. She's the one we're going to go look at today to see her results. But here you kind of hear her talk about how she's actively using the system, and it'll probably help you a little bit. Okay. All right. So that's it. Should you decide to get started with us, I'll walk you through that, and we'll skip all that. All right. Leadoutcome.com. That's the website if you want to learn a little bit more about us. That's that. All right. Okay. So now let's switch over to the system itself, and let me just walk you through this one thing right here, which is what is in the system, right? What is included? So first of all, this is a 100% done for you managed lead services. We handle all aspects of the lead generation. The only thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be receiving these leads in your inbox as this image is showing you right here, right? And so with the system, you get a dedicated Lead Factory account manager who's going to help you build your ideal customer profile, which is, we've already kind of done a little bit of that already, right? But we use that information to build what we call your lead seed packet, which is very focused on identifying the people that we think are a good match for you. We're going to get you in front of 50 of them per day. That's roughly 1,000 a month. That's 12,000 a year. And we've already talked through all that, all right? Okay. We have some nice reporting tools that every day you can see what BJ's team is doing with your account. You can see your connections going up, your leads going up, who's opening. Then you'll see the quarterly follow-up for Live Campaign, how it's bringing all of our leads back in front of you, and you can see all that happening. Okay. So that's that. That's the system. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this thing right here. And this is Denise Spinelli, the loan officer. And what we're going to do is what happens when you use our system is we're going to create for you what we call our virtual sales assistant. But think of it like a very smart inbox that's got some AI stuff on the back end, but it does a lot of stuff. And it sits in between you, your inbox, and the prospect that's coming in through LinkedIn today on our base system, okay? And so what happens is that prospect, he connects with you, and then what BJ's team will once a week go in and pull all those people out and brings them into the system. The system will then go through a 14-day warm-up campaign where it's going to be targeting them. And as those messages are coming into this intermediate inbox, we're going to be evaluating them and forwarding them on to you, the good ones, and making sure we keep all the noise out. And so that's what you're going to see here in just 1 second. That make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's go look at Denise. I am logged into Denise's inbox. This is happens to be a Gmail account. And what you're looking at here is, get this screen out. What you're looking at here, if you look at the far right column, you see this over here? And Denise has been using our system now, over 1.5 years, and so her system is really optimized. The more you use the system, the stronger it gets, right? I've talked about that quarterly campaign, keeps bringing you back around. And so, plus we've got AI technology that's really helping you with penetrating into people's inboxes and getting them to respond. And so anyway, so here you can see August 14th, you can see she's had 7 people responding to her. If you look here on the left, Faze, Ginger, Fabio, Kristen, Sharon, these are all different people. Now, every single one of these people, Denise does not know them. She's never met them before. Our guys have gone in. They're going in every day doing those 50 invitations, pulling them out, bringing in the system. The virtual sales assistant is going in, warming them up until they're ready. Now they start to come, and this is what she's receiving in her inbox. So now let's go back a little bit further. 14th, 13th was a Monday. August 9th, going back to Friday. And you can see just going back in time, the 7th, the 6th. Once again, look over here on the left-hand side. You'll see that that the names keep changing, right? August, July, 30th, 29th, 28th, 27th, 26th, 25th. Okay, let's go back. 22nd, 19th, 18th, 17th. And these are all people that are coming out of that profile, that ideal customer profile that you and I are working on. Okay? Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. You'll notice the messaging slightly changing up. You'll see a pattern, nice connecting with you. And then, so there's about 8 messages in total that are running all at different times. So, all right. So let's just take a look and see what we call measuring success and how you plug into the system. So Denise is getting this. We're doing this for her. Hey, Blaze, I know you're busy. In case you did not get my last message, this is already 3 messages. This is about 10 days into this campaign. And Blaze has not responded on the first message, not the second message. And now we're going into the third message. And it's Blaze, I know you're busy. In case you didn't get my last message, I wanted to see when is a good time for us to have a quick call for us to explore opportunities that could benefit us both. Okay, and so we put appropriate call to actions in there. With our system, you get a calendaring system where people can auto-schedule themselves directly into your calendar. And how wonderful is that? You walk in the office and you've got somebody already set up and queued for you to have a call. All you need to do is go look and see, learn about them a little bit before you start talking to them, right? So this was the message that came into Blaze. How did Blaze respond to this? Let's get a see. Blaze responds with, hey, Denise, may I call you in 15 minutes? Of course you can, right? And so one of the things we do recommend for you is once you get your Calendly account set up, and we do this for you, is you just tell us, what times you want to do sales calls, and we'll set that up in the Calendly, and so that people can book themselves. But here it is, the lady saying, hey, Denise, may I call you in 15 minutes, right? That's called measuring success. Some people, they'll just pick up the phone and call you. That's called measuring success. Ginger says, hey, I like how you reach out to those that connect with you on LinkedIn. We already know each other. Remember me. So this happens to be somebody that Denise knew through some other means. Fabio, hey, we have to stop meeting like this. Ha ha, cheers. Give me a call. And Kristen, how does tomorrow look like for you, Chris? Okay. Now, and the thing to know, Mark, is I'm showing you these, and they happen to be all good. Not all of them are going to be people saying, hey, I want to meet with you. You will get some where people are saying, hey, I'm not interested, or they're going to say, I'm too busy right now. Okay, here's a good example. Larry right here. Hi, Denise. I'm really not in the market for financing right now. I'll be in touch when there is a potential. Okay. Now, this guy, Larry Nadel, that's not a bad lead. It's just the timing's wrong for him. And the quarterly follow-up for life is going to automatically keep bringing Denise in front of him. So in 3 months, the system's going to go out on her behalf and say, hey, Larry, here I am. Do you have a potential buyer now? Are you ready now? Are you not so busy, right? And so, okay. Does that make sense?
How does it know to put it on a quarterly?
System automates that. We completely take care of that, okay? And another question you might have is, well, how does it know when somebody's responding to not send any other messages, right?
Right.
And that's part of the technology we have under the hood that that's part of why this interim inbox is really critical because we're listening to this thing all the time. We're watching it. We're doing everything with it. And when we see that somebody is responding to you, we'll automatically pull them off that campaign. Okay? The quarterly, as soon as they go in, we're putting them on the quarterly, and it's rolling. If at any point somebody doesn't like you, then, we'll unsubscribe them completely from the system for you. Okay? Make sense?
Yep.
All right. So, Mark, that's the system. That's it. It's pretty much that simple. Okay?
So basically, a message shows up in their email box.
In your inbox.
I mean, in theirs. I mean, they're responding to an email.
That's right. They're responding. So what happens is we start off with an invitation to them, and they're going to look at your profile. And when they look at your profile, they're going to make a decision. Mark has something for me or not. If they do not do that, we will never, ever contact them. So we will never, ever spam somebody. If they don't want to talk to you, we're not going to be those people that are getting in your face and you don't want to be spoken to, right? So they're going to make that they're going to accept that invitation. Once they do that, that's going to unlock their email address. And then what will happen is VJ's team is coming in once a week. Every day they're doing your invitations for other people, but once a week they come in. Anybody that's accepted, they get pulled into the system, and then we do these campaigns. Those campaigns are now doing what you just said. They're sending 4 messages over a 2-week period. Those messages are very carefully orchestrated. There's a lot of psychology that's gone into them. They're very effective, okay? And they yield these kind of results, not by chance. We've done a lot of split testing to get to this point, okay? One of the benefits you get for being in this program, okay? And so, yes, we're sending out these messages, and we're trying to get them to reach back out to you. The people that are interested, they're going to do exactly what you just saw here. And then at that point, that's when you're plugging in, and you're going to take it from there, and we'll give you some tips on how to approach these people. And they're already coming out of your ideal customer profile. They're already people you've spoken to in the past, very similar. So you'll know what to do with them. And then at that point, marketing has done its job, and now sales takes over. And for you, you've got somebody that's reaching out to you. It's not a cold call. They know you, and they've made the decision to reach out to you to say, I'm calling you in 15 minutes, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay. You good?
I am.
All right. Any other questions?
No, just my mind's spinning a little bit on the right, I guess, profile and who to contact.
Yeah, let's go deal with that next, okay? So I'm going to go to that email I just sent you, and let's see if we can work on that. I just sent you this, Mark. Why do I not see this? Ah, there it is. Okay. Let me make this bigger. So I did an initial search, and we talked about, one of the things you do is you do a lot of refinancing, and it's usually like people going in and they're going to refinance their home, get a large chunk of money out. They're doing some kind of upgrade. And the other thing we talked about is they may want to do some kind of, real estate investing. And so we said, okay, let's go. I told you I'm not going to be able to find you people that want to refinance. Or if I did, I can go after those engineers like we talked about, but I just don't think it's going to be as fruitful as we'd like. So we said, okay, well, if we go after the engineer, the guy who is wanting to refinance to go buy a property, who would that be, right? And And we're going to go look at these guys in just a second. We said the real estate investor. So the engineer who's got extra money, he wants to go and put it in and buy, become a property manager, become a landlord, get into the real estate business. Don't put all of his money in the stock market. Nowadays, you create an LLC and you can pull money out of your funds that you've got, or maybe you don't want to do that. You want to leverage the money that's in your company, or either way, they're going to need the 80% funded, right? They're going to pull the money out to cover their P&I and get that down. So every real estate investor, no matter what, is going to need funds, and that's what you do. And so we've got. I'm going to show you that in a moment, but I found 4,100. Okay, that's a healthy number. Remember, I told you in order for you to qualify for me, I've got to see big numbers like that. And so that's a good sign, and that's all in California. Then the other group we talked about was financial advisors. We feel like financial advisors are people that know other people who've got a lot of money, and a way for them to not lose people putting that money somewhere else. They can just put a little bit down, use you as a funding source. Financial advisors, that was a good lead seed packet, right? And then the third one we discussed was mortgage broker / agents. That one's pretty obvious. Every single one of those people is a distribution deal of potentially 5 to 10 sales. What I did for you there is I found brokers and agents who are more likely to be focused on third-party funding sources. And so I got rid of Callwater, Remax, Keller Williams, and we came up with 27,400. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah, because they have their own in-house.
Yeah. We there's no. It's just a waste of time for us to connect you with those other ones, right? Okay. So let's go take a look at these guys. So as part of your system, what we will be doing is we're going to be optimizing your profile. So I'm going to give you some tips and strategies on how we can target it for whichever campaign we're going to initially start off with, okay? And then we'll use Sales Navigator to really get very focused on these people. So let's take a look first at the real estate investors. These are people we're thinking that are individuals, have extra money, want to invest in real estate, and they're based out of California. And let's take a look at it. Okay, so here you can see, if you look at my results, I'm filtering by California, and I've got real estate investors selected. And let's just take a look at some of these guys. What I like to do here is look at the people's faces and make sure that jives with who I've seen as my customer, right? I look at their who they work for, what their titles are, and it kind of gives me a little bit of a sense for, I've got 4,100 people here. Is this a good lead seed packet, right? So this guy, John Ferguson, he's self-employed. He's slightly older. He's probably got some money, okay? If I'm seeing a bunch of, young people, then I need to maybe adjust my filter. And you don't always have a picture, but, you just can kind of look through this. William Bazarge, real estate investor. He's got a very a professional look about him. Yeah, not bad. Isaac, Construction Corporation. We may want to filter this guy out. I don't know, Construction Corporation, maybe. We'll think about that. Hugo, real estate investor. We've got Carissa, Powerside Solutions. Look at Charles McKinney, right? He looks like that guy that may be wanting to, do a little bit on the side, right? Michael Capone, Brody Jackson, Brett Hine. I don't know. What do you think? Are these people you could see as your potential customer?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Okay. I like to go to page 2.
They're self-described real estate investors.
Yeah, exactly. I like to go to page 2, and because sometimes page 1 is just not okay. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing so far. Okay, all right. So that's this lead seed packet. Any questions?
So each one of these would receive, in a year's time, they would receive at least one email.
No. We're going to start connect as soon as you join with us. Okay, 50 people out of this 4,100 are getting a message from you every single day. It's the equivalent of you going to the Chamber of Commerce and having an event for real estate investors and these 50 people showing up, except for we're automating for you and we're doing it every single day. And we're not just doing that, we're also going to do the survey at the end that says, who's interested in talking to me? And whoever is, please sign up here, and I'm going to schedule a meeting with you and Mark. Okay? All
right.
We're doing.
I mean, it all start. No, I know that's not all it's done. I was just trying to think of, like, if we just did investors, let's say, then if there's 50 a day, then in 82 days, they would have been hit at least once.
They're going to be hit. Each one of these people, they're going to be hit once, and the ones that accept and say you have something, they're going to be hit an additional 4 times.
Right. Okay.
Days. Okay.
And then the ones that don't respond,
we don't care about them. They're not interested. Move on. Okay. We're going at a rate of 50 a day, 50 a day, 50 a day. Okay. And usually what we see is about a 20 to 30% conversion rate is what we're seeing. That's what I would expect if I was you.
Yeah, that's 820 responses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably about 10 a day.
I just showed you Denise, right? She was doing, right now she's doing 7 a day, and they're not always 7 a day, okay? And I don't want you to be thinking that, okay? And sometimes you'll go a couple of days, you won't have anything, and then you'll have 10 on a day, and then you'll have 5 on a day, and by the way, also, I told you don't have to log into a system, but some people want to, and this system is there, and once you join with us, you can log into the system and you can do things like Denise will do a monthly newsletter on top of that. And she will do a quarterly webinar. And so these people are here for you to market. And you've got a full-blown marketing automation system that's completely loaded, ready to go, that you can take advantage of if you want. Okay? And that's when we start going.
Is that of the total number, like the full 4,100?
That is of the people that say they want to talk to you, that have accepted.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so you can think over a year. I mean, you can look right here with Denise, right? I'm logged into her account. She's got roughly 10,000 leads that we generated for her. You can see this month we're around the 16th. We've generated 300 leads for her this month, okay? And the system is just running, and it's doing what I told you. She's got another couple of weeks. Now, I'm not saying you're going to have that success on the way out the door. She's been with the system for 18 months, and it is it's compounding, right? And so now you're going to have very good success with it. And remember, you remember what we said. We need 2 deals for you to break even on this thing. And she's got 293 people in 2 weeks. You understand? It makes sense, right? But what I wanted to show you was some other things.
I know what you're saying about breaking even, but the reality is that on my type of deal, I don't have over maybe a 20% expense, closed funded ratio as far as cost.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd need to do 5 of these to have it, 5 to 1.
Yeah, I told you Michael Klein did $150,000 with this in 4 months. Okay, it's anyways. You got to figure that out for yourself. I'm just showing you the system a little bit, right? The other thing I want to show you in here is just the open rates. So the open rates are at 50%, 45%, 50%. These are people she's never ever met before. Those numbers are unheard of for a cold list, okay? And that's part of what we're doing that is hard to reproduce, okay? Okay, so let's get back to your lead seed packet. So we've talked about we've talked about the investors. Let's go look at the financial advisors next, right? And we can split this up too. So we can go 1 month we'll do real estate investors. Next month we'll do financial advisors. Third month we'll do mortgage brokers. Real estate brokers or agents, right? And we'll just mix it up. All right, let me do this. So just on financial advisors alone, we're at 14.9 thousand. Okay. Now, I think with this number, we can get more targeted than that, and we probably just need to think through that a little bit, right? To think through maybe financial advisors who maybe have this type of a person, right? And so, I think we just need to spend a little bit of time thinking about it. But the point here, even at that, we've got 14,000 people in California that are potential referral sources. That's a very healthy number from my perspective. Okay, and if you look right here, and once again, let's look at the people, let's look at their titles. Okay, maybe what we try to do is try to think about which financial advisors you're going to have the most success in penetrating with. So is it the guy who has a lot of business? Is it a financial advisor who's targeting tech companies? Is it a financial advisor who's targeting the engineers who would be a good fit? So we have to think through that, and we can get very specific with that. We can go target them much more than what I'm showing you here right now. Okay, but once again, just looking at these faces, these are pretty good in my opinion. What do you think?
Yep, I think they would all be potential.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's take a look now at let me go grab this real quick. I didn't have a chance to save your searches. All right, so now what I'm going to do is here. Okay, yeah. And this was the third group, okay? So what we've done is we've gotten rid of the big ones. And you if you find others, you just need to tell me who they are. But Josh Altman, real estate agent. Here's brokers. Maybe we just focus on brokers, right? And as you get going, you'll figure that out. You'll start having good calls, and you'll say, Will, get me more of these people. Let's look at him. We get a few deals closed. We'll really look at and look at these people to see what their behaviors are, that sort of a thing, and see how we can get more focused on specifically repeating that for you. All right.
Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, because there's so many of them. Maybe agents. We can try to do agents in the Southern California area.
True. Yeah. Where are you based out of?
San Clemente, which is South Orange County.
Orange County. Let's go try that. See what comes up. Let's go to. Okay. So we do the greater Los Angeles area, which I think is Orange County, isn't it?
Well, when you ask Orange County, we're not, but a lot of people throw Orange County and greater Los Angeles. Okay. So you probably won't see, on LinkedIn, you probably won't see them categorizing themselves in
yeah, so I can do zip codes too. Okay. So I can come in here and so you can give me the zip codes, and then I can do ranges too, like 10 miles, 15 miles, 20 miles. And so we can get closer if you want to. Okay.
You know what? Let's do that. Let's do 40, let's say 30 miles from 92672.
92672, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's do 50 miles.
30, 30 miles probably, but 50 miles is good.
All right, so I got 9,000.
Yeah, so you're hitting Orange County and San Diego County and South LA probably.
Yeah.
So there'd be plenty in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, my initial thought would be that the agents kind of, they seem to, in our business, a lot of the individuals are independent. So they kind of send their deal where they want it to go. They work with the people they want to work with. Sometimes the broker controls it, but kind of not the norm, I guess.
Okay.
They can kind of work with whoever they want. So
the
real estate agent might be
might be better.
Yeah, because a lot of brokers do represent but a lot of them, if they're managing an office, they might not be that involved in origination. But like you said, we can find out.
Mm-hmm. And with that, in your zip code, we got 6,000 we can work with.
You're within the 50 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good number right there.
I like this lead C packet right here because we filtered out the big boys. Should I say that?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
So what happens here, Mark, is I got to get rid of one of my other ones. There. No, it's not in there. Hang on, I just want to say this real quick.
And you think 6,000 is a good number?
Yeah, that's plenty. So what does that mean, right? for my guys, that'll last us roughly 6 months, just on that alone. Okay, so I know I can get you in front of a lot of people there, and that's one of them, right? And we can do a lot better than that. Actually, let me do it like this. I get rid of Chris. I just want to save this. My problems. I'm running out of saved searches. Now I should be able to save it, no problem. That's it. Okay, so I got that, right? So what happens, Mark, is I'm going to take that and my guys, and let's just go take a look at Denise. And this is what I was describing to you as how I make sure my guys are doing the job for you. And this is a report that I'm going to be sharing this with you as well. And so here you can see Denise is really focused on the commercial real estate space, and she's looking for investors that are in that. Here I can see my guy's last activity with her was on August 10th. I can see she had, at the time, 6,975 connections, right? On August 3rd, she had 6,959. So I always know what they're doing. This lead seed packet is what I just saved. So I know the guys are getting the connections done. They're getting them done in your zip code. They're going after the right people. I see in here how many leads. I want to see that number always going up. I know when they imported last for you. And then right here, what I do is I get them to give us the exact, I get them to take a picture of invites before and after, so I know that they're getting done properly. And so for you, let's say you're like really busy and you don't have time to deal with me. You can just go into LinkedIn, do a new search, save it, put it into the spreadsheet, and the guys would start using it the very next day. Okay. Now you're probably not going to want to do all that. We always do that. You can just send me a message and then I'll get that taken care of for you. But I want to point this out to you that this report really allows us to keep our finger on the pulse and know exactly what's going on. Got it?
Yep.
All righty, sir. I am like way over my 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yes, I'm sorry. I just picked up the phone.
Yeah. No worries. Any questions?
No, I think that I kind of see your company as like managing LinkedIn marketing. You know, so that's basically what it is for me.
This is a base. Our base system does that. We can do a lot more than that, but it's the source happens to be LinkedIn. There's a lot of marketing automation that's going in on the back end to get it to work the rest of the way.
Oh, outside of LinkedIn.
Yeah. The only thing we do on LinkedIn is we make invitations and we pull them out. We do everything by hand, and it's very controlled. Okay. We don't use any software inside of LinkedIn. And the thing we're doing with LinkedIn is we're doing what they want you to do. My guys are essentially your secretary. They're going in, getting that done. And once we pull them out, the marketing automation system is taking over.
Yeah, it definitely seems like if I'd have to think this through a little bit, but I think the gamble on, like you said, $750, and that $750, is that a recurring each month?
Yeah.
Okay, and then as soon as you said that was a discount to what you normally charge.
Yeah, it'll be
how
15.
does that just continue to go on as long as I keep it rolling?
That's right. That's right. It's so like at the end of this month, it'll be $1,500, which is what most people are paying, and it's just that's the standard rate, and the way that's why we look for opportunities with companies that when they make one or two sales, it pays for the system, pretty much very easily, right?
Right.
Yeah. So your ROI is 12,000 people we're getting you in front of in 1 year. Every single one of them is the potential for some real business, right? And so what is your risk? So what is the chances of you not closing on 12,000 people we're getting in front of, right? And so that risk, is very low because I've shown you Denise, Michael's accounts, and they're month to month as well, and they've been using the system for 18 months. And they also can stop at any time. Denise is based out of North Carolina.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what kind of results you could be able to get here.
Yeah.
And then as far as, because I'm kind of jumping ahead here a little bit, but let's say I would pay lead outcome.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. Is you're paying us $750 a month. And so basically, the process is you give us a credit card, and we'll put the recurring payment on it once we've got everything set up for you, and it just charges every month. And if you're not happy with it, just call us up and we turn it off, and you're good to go.
All right, and then you've got some type of agreement, I guess.
Yeah, I'll send you an invoice as part of the install. You're going to agree to allow us to log into your LinkedIn account and make invitations on your behalf, and so you'll have those two things. Your lead outcome account is ensuring everything we do in terms of email spam compliant. We're very, very, very cautious about that. But you can see with our numbers of 40 to 60%, you're just not going to have any issues with that.
Yeah, and with my LinkedIn account, I remember setting it up a decade ago, probably. I don't even have that. I think I just set it up one day without a photo, and I would probably want to bolster that a little bit, huh?
Yeah, and during the install, I'll go through it with you, and I'm going to show you what you can do to improve. Okay. Now, if you don't have a lot of LinkedIn connections, don't stress about that. It once you get over the 500 mark, things start to accelerate. Okay, but it's a little slow coming out the gate if you're below 500. Right, and so, but it's just a little slower than you're kind of like at a walking pace versus a jogging pace once you get over the 500 mark.
Yeah, I have no idea if I've got any. But, there's another gentleman that works in the same suite as I do, and that works for me, Jason. This might be good for him, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how that would work. Kind of what my schedule is unfortunately I have an ailing father, and I'm going to go up and see him next Thursday through the following Wednesday, and I'll be back here. And what I'm thinking is I could, between now and then, it's going to be kind of jammed with, doing stuff I need to do while I'm gone.
stuff that I'm behind on and whatever comes at me in the meanwhile. So I've got 3 days of that coming up, so I'm really not going to be able to concentrate on anything other than just kind of handling business,
Sure.
But
well, it's Mark, it's going to take us a couple of weeks it takes us a good solid week to get everything set up for you. So what we do is, one is we've got to get your accounts all built out, okay? The second thing is when we get your new inbox built, for a week we have some AI technology that goes in and it warms up not just the inbox but also your campaigns. And so the point of that is to get it where once we start messaging your people, that it's going to come out the gate with good results. Okay, and then the other thing that's going on during that week is VJ and his team. They're building connections. So I know you're trying to figure out where you are with things. So the point I'm just trying to let you know is whenever you decide or if you decide that this is right for you, then it'll take us about a week to 10 days to get it to the point where you're actually launched.
Right. And then what kind of involvement would you need from me during that time?
The only thing we need is access to your LinkedIn, and then that's the main thing. And then the next thing is I will have a call with you, about a 10-minute call where I'm walking you through those campaigns that I just described to you, and that's it.
Okay, so not that involved.
No. It's not on your part.
Okay. Then I think all I really need to do is think a little bit more about what I want to attack.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the best target? And as far as what is a decent number? Because sometimes I try to narrow it down to, like, for instance, let's talk about these mortgage real estate agents.
Mm-hmm.
So the real estate agent,
mm-hmm.
If I narrowed it down to, I think we had 6,000. I can't remember what our count was on that one.
Yeah.
Is that still a sufficient amount to market towards?
Oh yeah. 6,000. That would last us 6 months. Okay. Remember, I'm going through about 1,000 a month is what I'm going through.
Okay.
So we could even pick harder ones and go after them that are smaller. And so let's say you peel off and you say, Will, go do attorneys for me, right? I'll come back with attorneys. I'm going to come out probably with a few hundred, but we could still do them and then go back to agents. Or, we could say, all right, let's throw in financial advisors for a week or two, right? And put them into the mix, and then go back to agents, or whatever we want to do. We can kind of rotate through it. Once you start having conversations, you're going to quickly go, this is the guy you need to focus on, Will. This is the guy. And, yeah.
Yeah, it gets better.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as far as looking up more information about your company that would be paying, how would I get reviews on you?
You can go to look at the DFY Lead Factory. You can look on reviews right there. Okay. And then the other, I'll send you. I already sent you a couple of links. Okay. So if you go to DFY Lead Factory and you go to leadoutcome.com, on both of those, you'll see testimonials from people. You'll see reviews from people. That we've been around for over, since 2012. we're not some fly-by-night organization. Is my point. Okay, we've got
right.
to
Yeah, and that's all I really want to. That's all I really want to check out.
Yeah, sure. Go look at Lead Outcome Inc. and I'll send you a couple of emails with those links, and then you can check us out.
Where are you guys based out of?
Atlanta.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've got pretty much 2.5 days, maybe even 3 full days to do this. So kind of see the way I see it going is me taking time to kind of research your company, number one, and then thinking about who to target, and then I'll once I decide that we're going to do it, then I'll probably have a short conversation with you about this is what I'm thinking about, who we should target. What do you think? You'll probably say, yeah, that's a good idea, and then let's do it, type of thing. And then I take off, kind of do my thing up in Oregon for a week, and then come back and be ready to go at least by the beginning of this next month.
Yeah.
Because you
I like
have
it.
Background, and you can call me on my cell phone if you need a 10-minute call from me. I'm going to have my laptop with me, so. Yeah,
that sounds good. And I know you've got your family, your father that you're working with, and so maybe it makes sense to do it after that. Sorry, I hope everything's going good with your dad. I went through something like that not too long ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Unfortunate thing. Well,
yeah.
So let's do that.
Okay.
So we'll definitely. Today's Friday. Huh? Wow, the week went by fast. So so let's. I guess we'll connect on Monday, I'm sure. So I'll probably be talking to you, at some point Monday. You're 3 hours ahead of me, so I'll try to get the call in before 2 my time, and we'll go from there.
Sounds like a plan.
But definitely sounds like something that I should attempt. Just kind of a little bit of background about me. I'm a good target for you because everything that I've done for my whole career, which is since 1986 or 80, about 86, has always been word of mouth. As far as repeat customers and all that, I did a lot of direct mail marketing for about 7 years.
Yeah,
and that worked great, but the returns on that are just so minor now.
Yeah,
that just doesn't work. And then we did switch over to internet-based lead providers, and then that even got cost per funded loan went down. And then we went to call transfers, which those worked for a while. Then that percentage went down. So I'm always open to different ideas. This is an idea that I haven't tried, so it's kind of one of those things that it makes sense. At least just getting your name out in front of people that maybe they're in your community even.
Yeah,
and there may be some recognition.
Yeah.
Jason, you taking off to San Diego? Yeah. All right. Have a good meeting. All right, buddy. I'll see you, man. Knock them out.
All right, sounds good. All right, does it sound good, Will?
Yeah, sounds good, Mark. I'll send you some emails so you can check us out. On Monday, let's circle up. You figure out. I know you got a lot to digest here. But I agree with you. There's a lot more, Mark, that I can show you. Okay, that goes beyond what we're doing here. This is the base system. But let's. I've got to prove myself to you first. Okay, so we'll do that first, and I think your logic that you just said, you're spot on with that. I think you're going to see good results.
Hey, Will, what's your background?
You can look at my background, you'll see at the bottom of my link, willberger.org. But I'm an engineer by trade, and I'm very technology savvy. I've built quite a few companies in my life, and when I say that, I've done 3. Quite a few.
That's
3.
Yeah, that'll take 3 lives out of you.
That's very true. Okay, that's spot on. But I'm a technology guy. I like building repeatable processes. I got into marketing automation in 2008 with one of the earlier companies that actually is where Lead Outcome comes from. Lead Outcome we formed in 2012. What we did is with the previous company, we really killed it with one of our systems where we were helping small business owners help them sell products on the internet. We did about $5 million in just a few years. We took that and put that all into this platform. I mean, $2.5 million of it. Since then, we've been investing in it, and it's just this really great nucleus of technology that we've got. And I know you see me and you see the inbox and the leads coming in, right? But for me, I really enjoy building that back end and getting things where they're repeatable, and especially internet marketing, which is just it's a very difficult thing to do right and be able to repeat it. So anyways, there's a lot of interesting proprietary technology that's going on in the back end for us to get the kind of results that you're seeing with Denise, right? And so, but that's my background. So.
Oh, good. That's a perfect background to have for somebody that's delivering what you want to deliver to me.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, and with Mark, we really specialize in your space, and you might be able to see, I know a little bit about, lending and things like that, and it's really neat where, we can do things like know how to strip out the big boys with the funding to really get you better results, to really get that targeted list, and so it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be, like you said, it might be just that thing that is needed at this point for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is something that I've been thinking about, growing again.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be interesting to build on this.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, excellent. Thanks, Will. I really appreciate all your time.
Yeah. Thank you too for listening, Mark, and really hope to earn your business and hopefully have a good relationship and get to know you a little bit better in your company and see how we can help you grow.
I'd like that.
Super, sir.
All right, well, have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too. See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.